At what age is it that you're no longer one of the kids, but instead someone that needs to become a leader and start a family and really just start doing all the adult things? Hey guys, it's Dan. Welcome back to another video. This is something that was really on my mind this past week as my birthday comes inching closer and closer and I get ready to turn 25. And it's really got me thinking, at what age does your childhood end? When will you no longer be a kid? For me personally, right now, I still feel like I am just a young, dumb kid, and I feel like I haven't really become an adult. But as I reflect back on it, I start to realize, well, maybe I have been. At what age did I really become an adult? When did my youthful childhood bliss era finally end? I know that it's different for everyone, and there's different categories as to when you become an adult, but this is kind of when I think your childhood is no more and you are officially an adult. I think there's a couple key things that you really need to take in and realize that are coming into effect when you are becoming an adult. And those are, first, when things start to fall off. You're not going out as much, you're not going to the bars, you're not going over to friends' houses, and you're just spending more time at home or at work or working on things that you want to, as well as you start losing contact with a lot of your friends. Many of us know if you've gone through college and graduated and got your big kid job, you start to lose contact with a lot of your friends, and it ends up just being 2 or 3 people that you talk to a little bit and you stay close with. Every now and then someone will come out of the woodwork that you used to hang out with all the time and have a little conversation, but you don't have that same relationship with them anymore that you did back many years ago. Second, you start focusing on real adult things. That could be work and building your career as a full professional and trying to build something up that you're going to stay with for quite a while. As well as you look at getting married and maybe even starting a family, having a couple of little kids running around to bring them into their own childhood and teach them lessons that you learned in yours and things that you wish would have been differently throughout your childhood. These are just a couple key things that I realize as I am starting to come around to the fact that I'm an adult now and my childhood is over and I'm no longer a kid. I know for me, all through high school and college, I would go out with my friends. We would go party. We would go drink. We would go hang out at other people's houses. We would talk to girls. We'd do all sorts of different things, and none of it really meant anything. We all thought we were invincible and that time would never truly affect us. But now I don't really talk to many of those friends, and I go out maybe once, maybe twice a month if I'm really pressured into it. And even then, I'm home by 11 o'clock at the latest. I don't really go out and do a whole lot of the wild child stuff that I used to, and I've really just kind of started focusing on building a career. I know I've mentioned in a lot of my Financial Friday videos that I work in a credit union, and I have talked about several times me applying to different positions there and how I'm wanting to move up, and I eventually want to become the CEO of the credit union at some point in time. And those are the adult things that I want to accomplish. I've accomplished many of the things that I'd never thought I would as a child, and there's still a lot that I have left to discover and accomplish, but those aren't important right now. I think what's truly important is how things start to shift, and when you're able to look back and be like, man, that was dumb. I can't believe we did that. I can't believe we're still alive. Isn't it crazy what we used to do? And once it's we used to. I think childhood is something that we all long for, and once we're out of it, we didn't even realize that we would miss it as bad as we do. I know that there's a lot of times I wish I could go back to when I was in high school and go back to the big group of friends that I had to sit around a campfire or go on long drives and listen to music and have those deep conversations as we're trying to figure ourselves out. And now we've pretty much figured ourselves out and kind of started developing who we're going to be for the rest of our lives. We don't change as much as we used to. We don't experiment with new things like we used to. We've truly become old, and it takes a little bit to realize. I think for me, when I realized I was no longer a kid, or the time frame that I can put on when I was no longer a kid, is about the time I turned 23. I had graduated college when I was 22 and still had that little bit of, all right, we're going to play the game. We're going to see what we can do. We're going to be young, dumb, and stupid just one more year and have a little bit of fun. And once I turned 24, it was, okay, well, I have a big boy job and I've got to start planning out retirement. I've got to figure out health insurance stuff, and I really need to start planning for the future. I know at the time I was like, I am dead dirt broke, and I mean, I'm still kind of there. Don't get me wrong, I am not living luxury at all. I've got a car that needs probably $6,000 worth of work, so I have not made it to the full big boy job where I can have everything that I've ever wanted at any point in time. But I've got to start planning for these things. I've got to start putting money away for a new car, a new house. I've got to start being able to prepare and really focusing on who I'm dating and who I'm spending my time with, because I want to be able to build real, true relationships that are going to stay there for a while and hopefully help me out throughout my life, and be able to have those just dedicated few people that will always have my back and I will always have theirs, and not just going out and meeting new people every single Friday and Saturday night. That's kind of when I look back on it now and see that I've become an adult. I really started to grow up, and now that I am one of those adults about to enter my mid-20s, I really wish I could go back. There's a lot of things I wish I could go back and relive. I would pay an endless amount of money to go back to 2016, get my license again, and relive a lot of the things that we did. Even just the mellow nights where it was me and a buddy in a car. We'd drive around, listen to music, and wouldn't say a word to each other for hours. I really miss those days, but they've really helped me develop into who I am as an adult, and those memories will live with me forever. And I hope that I can pass many of the lessons off that I learned as a kid throughout my childhood and my young adult life, when you are still a kid, but you claim to be an adult because you have your drinking permit, and be able to share those stories and lessons to my children that hopefully I will have one day myself. So as far as a definitive date on when your childhood ends, there really isn't one. It's just when those key factors of when things start falling off and when you start focusing on adult things such as a job and a family really start coming into play, and you aren't worried about school or what you're going to do this next weekend to black out and forget. That's when you really truly decide that you have become an adult. I know that we'll still have our little moments where we go out, we go to a happy hour, and it ends up we're stumbling home at 2 a.m. or whatnot, but those are starting to become few and far between. So if you are someone out there that is still 16, 18, 20, 21, enjoy your childhood while it lasts. I know that you really want to be an adult and be treated as an adult, but you're in the best years of your life, and if only you would realize. With that, you guys, kind of a rambly discussion, but it's just something that's been on my mind as I'm getting ready to enter my mid-20s. Like I said, that I just kind of had the realization I'm no longer a kid. I am, in fact, an adult that really needs to start paying attention and doing more adult things and fully embrace that change in my life. But if you guys found this topic interesting or have your own thoughts about it, leave them down in the comment section down below and let me know by hitting that like button if you enjoyed it. I really appreciate any feedback I get from you guys. Stay tuned for more content just like this. And if you're not already, hit that subscribe button, ring that bell, and I will catch you all in the next video. See ya.